Alright, so I thought I'd make this quick video explaining exactly how we're able to book over 70 meetings every single month for our marketing agency and the lessons and thinking behind it, so that hopefully you can implement the exact same things for your agency and get the same results or even better results in a lot less time with a lot less work. And yeah, so to get into it, if you don't know who I am already, my name's Ethan Welby. I'm the co-founder of Agency Growth Partner, and we've been partnering with established marketing agencies, a ton of them, to increase revenue by 50 to 100K a month within 6 to 9 months. And we do this by building out fully automated client acquisition machines that our team manages, runs, similar to what I'm going to be speaking about in this video. And if you want some more information on what we do, you can just check the link in the description. I made a video explaining how you can, get a ton of free value, get a consultation from us without paying anything, of course, and how you can get this done on a done-for-you basis. So to get into the video, what I want to start by doing is just understanding the first principles, the foundations behind what we're doing, right? The last thing I want is to be like everyone else on YouTube, trying to overcomplicate things that aren't, or that isn't actually complicated, right? So all we're doing, right, this is us, all we're doing is showing an offer, right? An offer to the prospect, right? All we're doing is offering something to the person, right? And the offer, as we can define it, is just an outcome, right? The offer is the outcome of what you do, right? It's not necessarily the service that you do, it's the outcome of what you do, right? So you're not running ads, well, that's your service, you're running ads, but the outcome, the offer, is helping to increase revenue, right? It's that simple, right? So all we're doing is just showing the representation of what we do to the prospect. Now, the variable here, the thing that can change, is the way that we position what we do, right? The way that our offer looks, because there are endless ways to present what we do. So for example, if we looked at our company, I could have said, we will set up, we will help you build like a new sales process, we'll help you set up email domains, we'll send out messages, we'll do all these things, we'll consult with the CEO, we'll consult with your sales team, we'll do all these other things. Or I could have said that we'll increase your revenue by 50 to 100K, right? Nothing's changing in terms of the delivery. The only thing that's changing is how the offer looks, how the offer is conveyed, what the message is. Right? So if that's the case, that the only thing that's changing here isn't the delivery, but how the delivery is presented, then what we want to do is maximize how this offer is presented, right? And this is where the real testing comes in. So we need to find what's most appealing to the prospect, right? So in terms of giving the high-level overview of how we're able to book 70 plus, honestly a lot more than 70 to be honest, but how we're able to book that many meetings, and it's because we understand the prospect and we understand what the prospect wants to hear, right? So in order to find this, we need to test a lot, and this is what I've done with the representation over here, because how this pretty much looks on a daily basis is trying one offer, right? Sending whatever or a certain amount of volume. Let's say, yes, I like drawing in Miro. Let's say it is 500 messages, right? So we go, send 500 messages with this offer to the prospect, and we get, 5 bookings. Okay? Now, this is where the testing comes in. So what we'll do is we'll replace this offer with a new one, right? Now we're just testing something new, okay? And then we test another 500. But let's say we only get 2 bookings. So this one is not good, right? So we wouldn't say this meets KPI. And KPI is key performance indicator. What is the goal that we're trying to hit? So let's say the target KPI for this offer is to be able to book 10 meetings from 500 messages. Okay, so this one didn't work, it didn't meet the KPI, so we test another one. Okay, but now let's say this one gets 20 meetings right? This one gets 20. So now we can say that we found a proof of concept, okay? And we'll mark this proof of concept with a star, right? We found a proof of concept. We found something that works to get the outcome that we want. And the outcome that we want is 20 bookings from this, right? And this is just a message, for example. So now that we have something that works, all we want to do is do more of what's already working. Crazy world, right? So what we'll do is we'll just increase the volume from 500 to, let's say, 1,000, okay? And theoretically, or hypothetically, we should be getting 40 meetings because we just doubled it. So the concept behind this is we just test until we find something that works, right? And it seems so simple. But it's not easy, because as you can see, most agency owners can't book meetings or sign clients predictably. Like, if you're not able to sign a client today, then it's not a predictable system. So all we're doing is testing this variable, right, until we find something that works. And the key point is that we're not changing any other variables. We're not changing who the prospect is. We're not jumping niches. We're not changing the type of person that we help. And we're also not changing, us, but that's not really going to change. But we find something that works. We find something that meets KPI, and we set the KPI. And then we just do more of it. We just copy it and paste it. So if all of these are sending 500 per day, and out of 500 you book 20 meetings, right? This is 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 meetings. Right? And these are just hypothetical numbers, but it's the way to look at it, because as soon as you find something that works, you just need to do more of it. And that's it, right? So this, obviously, it's easily understandable for like sending an outreach message, sending a cold DM. You send the exact same thing, get the outcome, book the meetings, whatever. But we take it to another extent. That's why we're able to get these sort of numbers. So not only do we do it with the offer, with the initial message, we also do it with the replies. Okay? So let's say someone replies to us. Let's say we send an offer, right? And we're using this campaign, so we know it's a winner. And they reply to us. Then, in many cases, once you do this for a long time, once you book meetings for tons and tons and tons of agencies, you realize that there's only a certain few responses that you'll get. So it's like, one person is, for example, the one type is like, they're ready to book, right? So they just want the link, they just want to talk to you right away. The other one, they want more information, right? Another one is they have a question on the process. Another one is they have a question on the pricing. These are all things that you can see over and over and over. So what we found is that we can, the same way that we test variables like these, we test variables for the offer, we can test variables for the replies, because we're getting the same thing over and over, so we have enough data to do that. So what we can find is what the best responses are to each of these questions. So then, right, we're doing the exact same thing over here, but for the replies. Okay? And then you can see how this works, how we continually optimize, because then we have a KPI for the replies. Then it's like every person that replies positively, right, we want a 50% booking after a positive response. That's our KPI. And we test responses until we get to that number, right? And then it goes to another extent. We do this with sales. We have the exact same sales process that we follow every single time. And if we do that, we figure out what's our KPI. I think at this point we're closing at like 40, 50%. But we're doing all right with that one. But we do the same thing. We just continually optimize, right? So this is the thinking behind how to be able to book. Honestly, 70 meetings isn't even that much. I know people booking 500 meetings a month, right? And it's not like they're doing anything different. Keep that in mind, because I speak to them all the time, and they're making hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands per month. And what you realize is that they're not doing any new method. They're not doing any like crazy paid acquisition YouTube, TikTok ad thing. They're not doing that. They're just doing more of the basic tasks that they were doing. So if this system over here with the offer is, for example, LinkedIn outreach, they'll just have like 10 LinkedIn accounts doing it as opposed to one, right? They're not doing anything new. They're just doing more of the basics, right? And I hope that makes sense. I hope you found this useful. And if you want more information on how we can implement something like this for you, you can just check the link in the description, and this video will explain exactly what we do. Other than that, I'll talk to you in the next video.